Hello there, I'm Bigaleous, and this is Black Ops 3, of which I, sort of wish it wasn't. And it's also on the PS4, again, wish it wasn't. And unfortunately that has led to this poor quality of audio, which I apologize for right now. My microphone isn't what it usually is, because of course this is the best-selling console in the world, so the microphone that comes with it is diabolical, unlike the Xbox. Anyway, oh, you're meant to cough as you say it, that way. Oh, damn. Anyway, so this is terrible gameplay. Listen, I don't play Black Ops 3. It's not my sort of game. There's too much. I've been through this before. Too much exosuits and war running and stuff like that. But it's relevant. So this is POTS, which is irrelevant, and it's a free-for-all. And as you can tell by the beginning, when I was trying to switch teams on free-for-all, I don't know this game very well, and I don't know Call of Duty very well anymore, because it's been so long since I played it. But I want to talk about something today, so I'm going to use this gameplay in order to just do that. So, the thing I want to talk about today is this sort of sense of perspective that comes creeping up on you out of nowhere, and you don't really realize it. You know, I was 16 when I started this whole shindig, and started making videos, and I was in Halo Reach, and I was, sort of young and enthusiastic. I remember, I was watching these videos yesterday of me, fetus me, as they would say on the Twitters and Tumblrs, which is actually kind of haircut. Actually, kind of good foreshadowing for the rest of this video. But yeah, I was watching young Alan make videos, and it's so strange, dude. It's so strange looking back on then. I wouldn't even recognize myself, and I took it so seriously, and I can't take it as seriously as I did now. Because I'm 22 and I've got so much more going on. I'm older now. I'm 6 years older than I was when I started YouTube. This is a good segue to my point. YouTube is a big contributing factor to this realization of perspective that I'm sort of having these days. There are people now who making YouTube videos who weren't even around when it started. I started YouTube, I don't want to sound like a hipster or anything, but Arcade Fire are the best, and I started YouTube, I started watching YouTube videos I think it was about 2007, back when it was actually YouTube and not like this corporate mess of copyright rules and TV2, as I like to call it, because it's just mirroring TV, thus taking away all of the creative beauty and freedom that YouTube represented when it first started. Yeah, I was around back then, dude. I was around at the start, and it's so weird to feel like this sort of grandfather and godfather of YouTube. And I can say to my kids, I was there when it started. I was an elder of YouTube. I remember the evolution of dance and Ninja Kid. It's so strange because the whole landscape of the internet and of YouTube and of gaming and everything, it was so different, when I was growing up through it, and we're literally at sort of Gen 2 now, and it's so strange. I was Gen 1, of course I wasn't Gen 1, but in my, from my perspective, I was Gen 1, and I was doing all of this internet and YouTube stuff, and I was Gen 1 of Twitter and things like that, but now we're seeing all newness, and I've noticed that I'm getting old, dude. It's so strange that when you get to a certain age, you begin to realize that these things just come out of nowhere. You change out of nowhere, and you start not liking young people things, and everything is lit and on point. And I don't understand it. When I was your age, it was Follow Friday, but now you've got Monday Motivation and all that bollocks. It's very strange when you see the landscape change. One example would be that I looked on Ye Olde magazine rack, and on on that magazine rack, and it was in a store, they had magazines there on a magazine rack, as shocking as it may seem, and there was the unofficial Minecraft magazine. Okay, what that means is there could potentially be an official Minecraft magazine alongside an unofficial one. When you were my age, it was an Xbox magazine, a PlayStation magazine, and a Nintendo magazine. And now there's one just for this game that's out. And do you know what was on the cover? Do you want to guess what was on the cover? The top Minecraft YouTubers right now. What? Wow. This thing that I used to watch where people would make dumb videos and record like their TV screens, or them just Charlie bit my finger and stuff like that, is now on the cover of magazines that are in supermarkets. What? but it's what I'm experiencing. It's what my parents experienced when CDs or whatever came out, or HDTV. I don't know. It's what happens, and it's so strange because it will come out of nowhere, and you won't realize it, but it does. It totally does, dude. And then you see it in other people. When you see it in other people, it's so strange. Someone I know that I work with was talking to me about how he doesn't like pop music anymore, and he said to me, and I went through this phase too, where he said, I realized that just pop music is just bad songs about relationships that went wrong. And that was the perfect summary from an outside perspective, I think, of music for me. And that's why I started getting into all, like, thought-provoking indie music and stuff like that, because it just, I couldn't stomach it anymore. I couldn't stomach all of this easy to intake stuff of this generation. So yeah, it's a very strange thing to think about and to talk about. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments if you do want to leave a comment. But I'll see you later, please. I mean, I'd love to. I'll knock, I'll call, maybe I'll text first, who knows.